Happy Sunday afternoon, I should say. What's good? What's good, everyone? Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Hope everyone's having a blessed Sunday afternoon. Of course, I have a full panel. I have my LDBC brothers in the building. Of course, we got the one and only Brent Fox. What's going on, brother?
Hey guys, how y'all
All right. And of course, Mr. Southern Jaguar himself, Coach 67 Sports TV. What's going on, man?
I'm blessed and highly favored this afternoon. How y'all gentlemen doing?
Man, can't complain, man. Can't complain at all. And Mr. Don't know how to hold his tongue, JB, what's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? Chilling, man.
All right. We gonna cook today, man. You know what it is, man. We gonna cook on Fury false ass. But before we do that, we gonna just talk about some casual football talk. Just a little segment. Going to you, JB. What do you think? How you liking the UFL season so far?
It's football, man. I'm enjoying it, man. Houston, watching the Houston team yesterday. They can't get out their own way, man. It's just one of them things, man, where they're playing some good games. You know, Mark Thompson is running the ball hard, but they just can't get a win. You know what I'm saying? And you know, DC looking good. Well, DC is 3-4. They're gonna be average this year, looks like. And then the Showboats are not good. You know, the Memphis Showboats. And St. Louis Battlehawks is still good. And I'm missing another team that's doing really good.
Birmingham Stallions.
The Stallions.
They're still undefeated.
The Stallions is still undefeated. I think they played Houston yesterday, I believe. So it was a good game. It just, you know, Birmingham was just too much. But other than that, I'm liking it. You know, like I said before, seeing all the players that didn't really make the squad, or old players that was on the practice squad, or some of the players you've seen in college getting a chance to continue their career. I love it. So
now, what if, you know, a lot of people, you know, we heard our brother Sip the Tally, you know, say this is more of a JV type league. I definitely I can see why he says that, but just it. One thing I want to say, as far as it does quench that thirst for football, you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Of course, it's not going to be the NFL or maybe even college, that same atmosphere. But, you know, like you said, Jared, if you want to quench that thirst of football, and, you know, you're not really a basketball person like that, then, hey, the UFL is the way to go.
There it is. Brent Fox, coach, have y'all caught any of the UFL games?
Well, for me personally, truthfully speaking, I haven't caught like a single game this entire UFL season. The reason being is because it's there like a real bad time for me. Usually when the games are on, I'm doing Bayou Sports Talk. So, like, I haven't caught a game this year.
What you got, brother Brent? I think brother Brent's still ordering his food. It's all good when you done, brother. Just hop on in the conversation. But yeah, like you said, JB, I think the this is so far a successful season, just to start. Um, of course, they still need to going forward. I think, in my opinion, they need to add some more teams to make it a bigger league. But so far, I'll say it's successful. Of course, we don't know what's going on financially in the background, but I think it's doing well from what I'm seeing on the outside. Coach, any updates as far as HBCU?
Well, actually, I mean, later on today, I'm gonna do a video, in terms of, what a couple Southern University things. I'm gonna kind of recap once and for all the Southern University spring game and talk the quarterback situation. But really, you're at a point in the year in terms of HBCUs and just college football in general, where it's kind of a slow news cycle, and you know content creators like myself, they talk about like their individual HBC or HBCUs just in general, like, all across the board, like each individual team, like the storylines for that particular team. Like, for example, Southern, the quarterback situation, what could they do to improve their offensive line play, things of that nature. So for the most part, unless you like a Power Five type school, at this point in the season, it's a slow news cycle when it comes to HBCU football.
Yeah, it is. I saw Grambling. Yeah, you're right. I saw Grambling release their schedule uh, today.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but that's one thing like a lot of content creators do around this time of year when it comes to HBCU. Like they break down their individual teams' schedules, so they break down schedules. They talk about storylines on their particular team, things to watch out for the coming season. And make predictions about what they think the team could be. So on and so forth. So, but outside of that, it's really kind of like a slow news cycle from the standpoint of it's not a whole lot going on. And maybe they might give you some news, once you get some more transfers come in. I mean, that's pretty much the thing, players committing, players signing, you know, and then once you get in the summer camp, how things are going. But other than that, that's about it. It's a slow, it's slow in terms of news and information and things of that nature because it's not a lot going on.
Yeah, definitely agree.
But
Everybody,
but
go
but
ahead.
more than anything, they just talk about players graduating or just graduation at each respective school.
Yep. Yep. Right now, everybody's just getting set for the new season. What up, Brent?
All right, y'all. I'm sorry, man.
No, you
I'm
good.
back. Um, Now as far as the UFL, I wasn't able to catch this week's game, but I'm kind of feeling some kind of way towards the Arlington Renegades because they had been losing this whole season, man, and then they turn around and beat the brakes off of the Memphis Showboats last week, and now I don't know what to think.
Yeah, what you think they finally found their identity? I don't know.
No, the
Now,
showboats ain't good this year.
well, I mean, a combination of that and I mean, the most of the losses that they had were pretty close. Like it would be
True.
a play or two here and there that they would miss, and then that would be why they lost the game. So yeah,
Right.
maybe it is coming together, and maybe it is a combination of the Memphis Showboats not being all that great.
Okay, all right. Salute to brother D Weezy. He said Tyson Fury owed them ropes a bag for saving them. Facts. We gonna get on it, man. We gotta get our little football update out the way. Oh Lord, Mr. Shelton said that's on Brock Purdy is the GOAT. Oh Lord, and then
There you go
salute.
with that.
There he go. Salute the brother Big Red. Salute Big Red, man, host of the Big Boy Talk. Salute, brother. Salute. Love your shows, man. Love your shows. Y'all please support that brother. And my brother, Cadillac Red, aka Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. He said salute to the family. LDBC, yes Lord, for life.
Salute Cadillac Red.
And D Weezy said sounds like a turn signal going bad. No, that's brother Brent. He moving around, man. While he hopping on, which I appreciate. But let's get into it, y'all. The facade is over. Well, it's been over, but this really exposed everything. Now we could say that Tyson Fury was exposed by the UFC fighter or the MMA fighter, which is Francis Ngannou. A lot of people say he was exposed with what's the dude that cut him open that he fought that
Otto
just got knocked out
Wallin.
by Otto Wallin. But like my brother Ill Will was asking on his live today and yesterday, where was that power at? Yep, D Weezy, Wilder. Where was that power at? That Crunk Gym manufactured power. Where is it at? Shout out to my brother Ill Will. Where was that power? Because the power he was, especially in the second and third fight for Wilder, you would think with that uppercut he could buzz Usyk with, he would knock him the hell out. But that didn't happen. Usyk got himself together and got to work on the big nothing. And you know what I found funny? Usyk, that same 1-2 with the left hand combination, that same 1-2. If you go back to when he fought Tony Bellew, he caught Tony Bellew and knocked him out with that same combination. Go back and look at it. And he caught Fury big ass with that same combination. And you hear people saying that, oh, this was the most damaged or hurt Fury has ever been. That's not true. The first fight when he fought Deontay Wilder in the last round, that's when he was hurt the most. Yeah, Usyk hurt him bad in the 9th round, but he still stood on his feet, even though the ropes helped him out up like D Weezy. But Wilder had his ass on Dream Street, and it took the ref to wake his ass up. Salute to brother Joe Town, man. The one and only. He said, salute to the family at church picnic. No juice, no floppy gloves makes Fury an average man. Thank you. Thank you. That's all the brothers in the LDBC from 78 to Ill Will, the BFTB, the Black Fight Fan, the Drew Titan, the Stormy B Man, all of them. And if I'm missing anybody, you know who I'm talking to. That's what they've been saying for years. Cadillac Red, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, him and KG, they've been cooking on that for years. I'm going to Brother Brent Fox. What y'all got on this, man?
As far as take on Fury,
You talking through a robot, man. You sound like you a robot, man.
Okay, all right.
You good?
Okay, can y'all still hear me?
We can hear you, but it still kind of sound like robotic a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna jump right back in.
Well, you sound perfect there.
Oh, okay. Well, get rid
Now
of
go
that
ahead and
and
jump out, bro.
Yeah, go ahead and jump
okay,
out.
all right, all right.
You got your Roger Troutman going on.
All right, I'm gonna go with brother Coach 67. What you got on this topic, man? While we wait on brother Brent. Coach, can you hear me? Coach, you on mute. I don't know if you know it. The AOL making a comeback. It's all right. The devil was trying to stop us from talking about this today, but ain't gonna prosper. We still gonna cook on it. Don't matter. JB, cook on it.
What's up?
Cook on the topic. What you think?
Like you perfectly said, man. Um, all the brothers in the LDBC been talking about this. Fury has been this. I'm just gonna say it. This white hope. Manufactured. A lot of people don't know that he was a, pop 30 for steroids after the first Klitschko fight. He was supposed to fight him a second time after defeating him, but he popped dirty. And then after he popped dirty, there was supposed to be a rematch. Never happened. They suspended him. He gained like all the way up to like 400, damn near 500 pounds. He's about to kill himself. Now this is his words, not mine. And the brother Deontay Wilder
Oh, delete
helped
himself,
him
JB. Delete himself.
delete himself.
We sorry,
Delete
YouTube. Delete
himself.
himself.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Trying to get used to this YouTube stuff, verbiage. But yeah, trying to delete himself. And the brother Deontay Wilder tried to reach a helping hand to him, and long story short, he screwed him. He stabbed him in the back. But when he was fighting Deontay, he was using floppy gloves. He was skinning his gloves. He was using egg weights and stuff like that. So when the brother Deontay Wilder was saying that, he had issues with this man, a lot of people and a lot of our people, black people, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourselves, were laughing at him. Oh, you can't take no ass whooping, all this type of stuff. But if you just looked at the fight, right? Look at a man's track record. I'm gonna tell all the audience that's listening, look at a man's track record. Tyson Fury has a track record of cheating. He has a track record of playing with his gloves. He has a track record of using steroids. Not just against Deontay Wilder, who is black. He has a history of cheating white fighters. Christian Hammer. And the dude that he fought in England years ago, I can't remember his name. McDermott. So what happened yesterday? And I want y'all to get a better understanding of what happened yesterday. Las Vegas is where people go to cheat. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna let the cats out of the bag. Las Vegas is where fighters who want to get away with BS go, because Las Vegas ain't gonna do nothing, because they're a betting city, and as long as the money right, they not gonna say nothing. So all those Wilder fights was in Las Vegas. Well, I know the second and third one was in Las Vegas. Um,
Or
this
America,
fight,
period. Hell,
America, period. But this fight yesterday was in what was
Saudi
it?
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. So they don't play that cheating stuff and steroid stuff over there. So just to get the breakdown of the fight, I knew Usyk was going to have success in the later rounds because he went to Tyson Fury's body. And notice that Tyson Fury did not have that same energy of coming forward, leaning on people, because Usyk went to the body. All right, and physics and whatever you want to call it, science, all that is real when you're not shooting stuff in your behind steroids. If you
Facts.
that way, if you like 300 pounds like that, moving like that, like Tyson Fury, and somebody banging on your stomach, you're not gonna have too much movement in the later rounds. So I seen what Usyk was doing. Of course, Fury had some success because he's a good boxer. He's a great boxer. But all you just saw was a dismantling of somebody who had to use um,
Cheating tactics.
tactics to win, and he didn't have those yesterday. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna let the other brothers cook.
Brick Fox, I'm going back to you. What did
All
you think
right,
about the fight yesterday?
all right. The sound much better this time.
Yes, Lord.
All right, hallelujah then. Okay, so my take on this was much like the other brothers were mentioning. It was just a situation, and we got to remember that Tyson Fury tried to do the double training camp uh, trick again. Uh, Somehow he may have gotten cut, or he had some sort of injury for the February fight, which didn't happen. He attempted to leave. Um, he attempted to like leave Saudi Arabia, but they this time would not let him leave. I think that probably made somewhat of a difference too. Um, then there was a situation in which excuse me, he was having some type of trouble in camp again, and they didn't know whether or not he was going to be able to do this date. And when they finally got that settled, he was quote unquote focused and ready for this fight and all of that. But yeah, much to the other brother's credit, I think Usyk, because he was actually stationed lower, he was able to effectively attack Tyson Fury's body a little bit better. Um, and then that actually showed in the later rounds, like JB was mentioning. Um, he also, uh, Usyk also was able to line himself up to throw a good left hand out of a southpaw stance to Tyson Fury's head in the the later round. Now, to Fury's credit, he was able to land some pretty good body shots on Usyk, which may have had some sort of effect, but it wasn't the effect that he was expecting. Um, and then shout outs to Usyk for sticking with the game plan. He went in there to systematically try and break Tyson Fury down, regardless of the size advantage and the tactics. Um, and for that, he was awarded a split decision victory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good take on it. Good take. Uh, Coach 67.
To me,
What's your
bro,
take on it?
despite what people might say, it's obvious and apparent at this point that he clearly cheated, champ, clearly cheated our brother. Because if you look at, first of all, the first fight against Wilder, I don't care what nobody say, Wilder won that fight. He knocked Fury down twice in that fight. Now, this the irony, right? He knocked Fury down twice in that fight. and everybody was like, Fury won that fight, even though a lot of those rounds, Fury really just was doing a lot of fainting and posing. He didn't do anything really, to be truthful. And the flip side, we get Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. The same thing they saying is, well, hey, Ryan Garcia clearly won because he knocked him down. You know, one of those knockdowns didn't count because he fouled him after he knocked down Devin Haney. But you know, they saying basically, hey, he knocked him down twice, so he clearly won the fight. Like, y'all got to make up your mind. Like, you know, either the knockdowns mean something or they don't. So let's be clear about that first and foremost. Second of all, you know, like the brother Big Joe was saying, you know, without the the juice, without the floppy gloves, and truthfully speaking, if you look at the second fight, those gloves were like Owen mitts. They didn't look like boxing gloves. Look at the gloves in yesterday's fight. Look at the gloves in the fight with Francis Ngannou, and look at the gloves in the second fight with Wilder. You can clearly see the difference. And like JB was saying, you know, you can't go to the Middle East and pull that nonsense. The reason being is because those people are honorable. Like the penalty is harsh for you cheating or doing anything that's not above board. And in terms of the actual fight itself, bro, it's obvious and apparent that Fury he had a competitive advantage in the second and third fight with Wilder. Because if you compare the fight yesterday, the fight with Ngannou versus the second and third fight with Wilder, he's not the same guy. Where was the power? You know, in addition to that, where was all the illegal chokeholds and the choking tactics? Where was those things? So without those things, he's not the same fighter. And truthfully speaking, when it comes to Alexander Usyk, you know, if Wilder does what he's supposed to do against Big Bang Zane, and he does what he's supposed to do against Big Baby, would Usyk give Wilder the opportunity he rightfully deserves? We'll see. But honestly, bro, Usyk is a beatable fighter. You know, I think Derek Chisora and Daniel Dubois, they pretty much gave you the blueprint that you need to beat Usyk. Now, I know a lot of fighters don't have the skill set and the tools to implement that strategy, but I think as long as Wilder is the fighter that he was, you know, hopefully he didn't sustain too much damage against Fury. I think if he's the fighter he was, I think he savagely stops Alexander Usyk. Truthfully
Yeah, I hope Wilder definitely gets past Bang,
speaking,
Big
you
Bang
know,
Zane.
we
Yeah,
know that Tyson Fury is not an honorable person. He's a human being,
no,
just like Ryan Garcia. Usyk is a beatable fighter.
he going in and out, coach. Yeah, but like what he was saying, man,
By either fighter.
Usyk does have vulnerability. You know, it's very vulnerable to the body. But I love how Usyk adjusted himself. Stick like Brett Fox said, stuck with the plan and kept going after Fury until Fury finally lined lined himself up with that 1-2 with that leading left hand and put had Fury doing the 1-2 step. And it was brilliant, man. It was brilliant by Usyk. Usyk is a master class boxer. I do think in order for somebody to beat a fighter of this um, magnitude is uh, a focused Deontay Wilder with that powerful right hand. But um, but Fury was just exposed today. I mean today, last night. He was just exposed last night of what he is. He's okay boxer, and he can move around for his size. but he's very vulnerable, very vulnerable fighter.
Yeah, and I mean it's crazy how you have people like Shakur Stevenson saying that Fury could beat Ali. Man, come on, bro. If you saw what Usyk did yesterday, there's no way Fury would beat Prime Ali. Come on, man, it's ridiculous.
No,
And
no,
truthfully speaking, without the cheating tactics, he doesn't beat Wilder, as far as I'm concerned. And like I say, both fighters are beatable. If if Usyk beats Fury in a rematch, and like I say, Wilder takes care of business, I want to see if Usyk is going to be a man and actually fight Wilder. Usyk is very beatable. As far as I'm concerned, I think Daniel Dubois beat him. You know, had it not been for the extra assistance, him getting the extra time, Usyk is there definitely very vulnerable to the body, like I was saying.
I was in here. Y'all hear me still?
Okay, I was talking on mute the whole time. My bad, y'all. So, uh, like Picasso said, everybody wants to fight Wilder now. They think he damaged and past his prime years. Usyk already got the title, but will fight in 1 or 2 years. This solidifies him for 2 years. Uh, Joe Townsend said it will be interesting to see who will get to fight Usyk first between Joshua and Wilder. Maybe Big Turk will make Joshua versus Wilder fight in the winner against Usyk. Okay. How Turkey been moving? That's possible. Um, but like D Weezy is saying, Fury versus Usyk is the next rematch clause from the last fight. Did they activate? Did Fury already activate the rematch clause, fellas? Because I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure that they probably are. Especially knowing the Fury camp, yeah, they'll try to reactivate it.
Okay, okay.
But no official word, just to put out the official stuff. I'm on.
All right, all right.
Boy, come on, come on.
Yeah, man. But like I've been said in the beginning, LDBC been trying to tell y'all about Fury. Um,
Ah,
I'm gonna put you on mute, Brent. Yeah, man. The LDBC has been trying to let people know about Fury and the facade that is the Gypsy King. But for years, folks didn't listen. They thought we were just Deontay Wilder fanboys, and we just don't want to see the white fighter win. No, that's not it at all. Um, though, and JB can tell you, I was high on Usyk when I was having my eye on Usyk in the cruiserweight. I was thinking if he make noise in the heavyweight division, he's gonna go far. And here we are. So Fury just screwed himself. He fought a um, very game fighter.
That's another question too, bro. Like, why was he trying to outbox him instead of trying to lean on him, rough him up, go to the body? Like to me, I know Usyk went to the body, but to me, it seemed like they are trying to outbox Usyk. To me, that's stupid.
Good question, Coach. And what's the name of the show? The Facade, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He believed in his own facade. He believes that he's Muhammad Ali, right? You know what I mean? He believes that his boxing skills at 6'9", at 260 or damn near 300 pounds, is going to get him out of a lot of fights, a lot of situations. But in this case, when he fought somebody who's a better boxer, in my opinion, well, hell, it's not my opinion. We saw it last night.
Well, he definitely
He was
a lot fleeter
exposed.
of foot, for sure.
Yeah.
Doc. I mean, being quick on your feet that makes a difference in this scenario.
It's simple for me. He ain't got the same advantages he had in the States. Period. So he don't have the cocaine in his system or the juice or the playing with his blood. So he can't use he was conserving his energy. So he can't just walk down and lean on people and stuff. Because that's gonna tire him out too. You know what I'm saying? So he had to be conserved and you know, he had to be smart. Because as much as people kept saying that Usyk was small, Usyk got pops in his punches. So he just can't walk up on Usyk. And Usyk is a good inside fighter. So we saw that in the later rounds. He was trying to grab Usyk, and Usyk was pushing him off.
That's facts. That's facts, man. Y'all keep cooking. I'm trying to find a video real fast. Did y'all while I'm trying to find this video, did y'all hear that bull crap Fury said, saying that he thought he won and the only reason why they gave it to him because the war between Russia and Ukraine?
Yeah, I sure did.
What did y'all think on that? Think of that, starting with Brent. Britt, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think I was talking on me. What I was saying was, I'm gonna pose the same question I had posed to Will earlier on his show. Where all the memes at? Because when Deontay lost, there were a whole bunch of memes about costumes and making excuses and all of that. I mean, this guy was the epitome of making an excuse for losing, and he ain't even have nothing to do with the fight. So where the memes at for the excuses? That's what I got for right now.
Okay. Uh, JB, what did you think about that foolishness Fury said after the fight?
I mean, he got his ass whooped. I mean, uh, his plan didn't work. He thought Usyk was weak and small and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Even with our good brother Deontay, do not underestimate Usyk. He thought he was just gonna hit Usyk to the body. He was just gonna fall because he watched the boys fight. But he don't, like we just said, he don't have that type of power. Like Tay Jones said last night on Will's show, Fury never had that power. So even when he was hitting Usyk to the body, it hurt, but it didn't affect him like it did when the brother Daniel Du Bois hit him to the body. Because Daniel Du Bois actually have elite heavyweight power where he could put your ass to sleep. Um, so he was mad that the game plan didn't work. That's all that was. So
Facts. And Coach, I want you to give your opinion on that foolishness Fury said at the end of the fight. And after that, I want y'all to watch something. Go ahead,
Well, my
Coach.
my question is, if for you saying the only reason why Usyk won or got denied was because of the war or whatever. Well, what's the reason why you got denied over Francis Ngannou? Because I don't care what nobody say. Francis Ngannou clearly won that fight. Then even if you go back before that, Otto Wally clearly won that fight. So
Yep.
he delusional. He a high level hypocrite. Because guess what? That's two gift decisions he got as far as I'm concerned. Man, Usyk clearly beat him. And, it's no fun when the rabbit has a gun as far as I'm concerned. So, man, just take your L, bro.
He should have been stopped in the 9th round.
Just like he should have been stopped in the 12th round with Wilder. So, hey.
Facts.
That's true. DP Rocker. What's up, man? TWT, what's up, brother? All right. I want y'all, I'm setting something up because I want y'all to. Fury is 6'9", man. He's supposed to be this excellent boxer, man. I'm going to show y'all something. This is what I was talking about. Give me one moment.
He squared off against my boy, pretty boy Common from the Creed movie. And then Tony Bellew.
Say that again. You sound that robot came back again.
Oh, my fault. Am I sound like a human being now? No? Okay. All right, do I sound like a human being now?
Yeah, yes, sir. We can hear you now.
Okay, so what I was saying was that looked like it's pretty Ricky Conlon from the Creed movie, aka Tony Bellew.
It is.
Yep, that is.
Tony Bellew. So I want y'all to watch something, man. This is a smaller man, Tony Bellew. He's only what 6'2", 6'3".
Fair use, YouTube.
Fair use, YouTube. All right, y'all. Did everybody see that? Did everybody see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm gonna show it to you one more time. This dude is 6'3" or 6'2", Tony Bellew. Notice the combination he uses. That 1-2 with the left ending, wrapping it up. All right, let's go to what we saw last night. This dude is 6'9", supposedly. Master head mover, master boxer, right? Watch this. If it stops loading. So even though Usyk, because Fury is the taller man, he had to kind of load up a little bit harder. It's the same combination, that same 1-2 that he caught Tony Bellew at, and it's not a coincidence it was on the ropes like Tony Bellew. Somebody trying to hold on. Let me. My brother Big Joe joining the party. What's up?
Salute to the family. What's going on with y'all? What's cracking? What's happening?
We talking about this
Salute, Big
phony.
Joe.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I was at a church picnic. You dig what I'm saying? So I heard y'all cooking good. I had to slide in real quick.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we definitely want your opinion on this. And did you see the examples I just showed?
Yeah, I just saw him. Yes.
So Usyk caught Tony Bellew with that same 1-2 combination,
Mm-hmm.
wrapping it up with the left hand. He caught
Mm-hmm.
Fury, six bigger man, and supposed better head movement, master boxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Caught him with the same combination, even though he had to
Master
leave
bo-
his feet a little bit.
uh, a master boxer who can beat Muhammad Ali, right?
Uh huh. Same
Oh,
one.
okay. Oh, okay.
Here it is. Same thing. Now let's watch it one more time for the people who just coming in and didn't see the Tony Bellew one. Watch this, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm.
Hey, just like somebody should have told Tony Bell you to duck. They should have told Fury to duck too.
Exactly. That's my point. So
Tony Bell. Tony Bell, you talk a lot of shit for somebody who felt like that.
I'm telling you. So here's what I why it goes to the facade of Tyson Fury. Like you just said, Big Joe. I'm gonna hand it over to you so you can get your opinion on this topic. But like you said when you came in, a lot of people say, oh, he could beat Muhammad Ali and all that. Muhammad Ali knew how to move his head. If you if you hit Muhammad Ali with multiple punches, the young Muhammad Ali, I ain't talking about the old one when he Nation of Islam kept forcing him to fight when he was over the hill. I'm talking about the young Muhammad Ali had
Mm-hmm.
multiple changes if you kept hitting him with the same punch, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Fury ass, on the other hand, he had blueprints on how the style of Usyk. And as you saw against Tony Bellew, the smaller man against a smaller guy, and Tony Bellew's only like what 6'2", 6'3", around the same height as Usyk, caught him with the same punch
Mm-hmm.
against a 6'9" Titan, and the Titan couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get the head out the way of that that 1-2 combination. So what's your opinion of this phony, man?
Um, I know I missed a lot of earlier shows, so I'm gonna try to catch up real quick. Regarding the fight, it was a phenomenal fight. They said this. I've had undisputed in heavyweight division for a long time. And it's truly sad, honestly, because the fight that we all wanted to see was Wilder versus AJ, and for whatever reason, blame AJ, blame Wilder, whatever. That's the fight that we wanted to see for undisputed. We didn't want to see what we saw yesterday. So I'm just gonna throw that out there, by the way. That's the fight everybody, the whole world still want to see that fight. You know what I mean? But we have to deal with Usyk and the Gypsy King. So regarding the fight, it was a great fight. The Fury that we saw, it's the same Fury that Ngannou saw. It's the same Fury that Otto Wallin saw. It's the same Fury that Dylan saw. It's the same Fury that Klitschko saw. You take away the juice, you take away the gloves, you take away loss. If it's just a big guy who can outbox. Anybody else before? When he fought Klitschko, he never leaned on Klitschko. Hell, Otto Wallin busted his shit open. He didn't lean on Otto Wallin. Where's this skull crushing knockout power that he learned from Crunk Jim? How come he couldn't do that shit against Ngannou? How come he couldn't do that shit against a smaller guy Usyk? He landed some good shots, some thudding body shots, but did you see Usyk fall? What was that skull crushing, tempo denting power that he did on Wilder? It's a little. He looks a lot different when the playing field is even. So Tyson Fury is a guy that we saw. That's who he is. What we saw yesterday is who he is. He's just a tall, lanky guy who can outbox. He's never known to have any power. You can even ask Klitschko. So did he knock down Klitschko? Did he drop Klitschko and crack his skull? No. They went down to the damn score call. So, he didn't lean on him. He didn't lick his blood off his forehead. He didn't put him in no headlocks, no elbow to his throat. He actually have to be Tyson Fury, and that's who he is who we saw. So shout out to, Fury had some pretty good rounds. The body shots was killing Usyk. Usyk, he's a little weak to the body. The body shots were slowing him down, but Usyk turned it on, and he was catching Fury with those looping right hands and that straight 1-2. He was catching them all night. He was doing that dumbass shit. He was on the rope, moving around. He was doing all that playing around shit. But after when Usyk broke his nose, all that playing shit went out the window. So he quit playing. He quit playing after his nose got broke. You dig what I'm saying? So, and then once he was it the 9th round when Fury looked like he was a drunk guy stumbling out of a bar. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, some folks said the fight should have been called. Some folks say because he's a champion, they let it go. Either way, he got his ass whooped, So, but all I know is, I don't see no memes of Fury nowhere. Ha Davis and all these giggling ass niggas. I want to see some Fury memes. God damn it, I want to see some Fury cracking jokes shit. Cause y'all show was snapping on Devin. You know what I mean? So, I don't like to see it. Ha Davis and Desi Banks and all you giggling ass niggas. I want to see some Fury memes and some Fury shit.
They sound.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, we all, keep the same energy. White folks get knocked out too. I want to see it too. Dig what I'm saying? So, anyways.
Where's Stephen A. Smith talking about he had nightmares?
Hey, I mean, but not only that, but didn't George Kambosos get knocked out by Loma last week? I didn't see.
Oh man, but a nasty body shot too. I ain't hear no. I want to see some. Oh, Kambosos boo-booed on himself. Kambosos looked like he was shitting on the toilet. I didn't hear none of them memes. I ain't see that. I wanted to see that. So. But anyways, monkeys gonna eat bananas, so whatever.
Hey,
but
and we talked about this earlier, Big Joe. Yesterday on Bayou Sports Talk, Grant Fox was saying how Kay was trying to calm me down when I was talking about these coons and these buffoons and these banana eating. So I got open rain today. So yeah, y'all coons make me sick.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, bro. I don't see it. Everything is ha he. Can't everything, not just black folks. Mexicans do some funny shit. Asians do some funny shit. White folks do some funny shit. I won't see it. A black dude get hit, his eyes crossed. All of a sudden, niggas got 1,000 jokes. A white dude in Fury, his eyes was crossed all over the place. Ain't nobody ain't say shit. Everybody's quiet in the motherfucker today. Oh, let me guess. I guess Diddy's more important than Fury getting knocked out. Anyways, but
Bro, the coons make you sick.
Hey, bro.
Even in my class, right?
Or the back memes on that Tyson Fury getting knocked into the ropes. What happened to that?
Yeah.
Hey, I guess that's not funny. It's not funny. It's him walking around looking like. I mean, you can call him the drunken master. You can say he looking like your creepy uncle who's knocked out. You can say whatever. I don't see no jokes. Everybody's cool, calm, and collect. I guess everybody taking a day off today. Everybody
Well,
taking a
what
day
about?
off. You know what I mean? So
Let me see you shake it, shake it. He's falling all
hey,
over.
yeah, all that. I want to see it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, and then Usyk, Usyk the champion. Usyk is what? He's undisputed at cruiserweight. Now he's undisputed at heavyweight. Usyk is a sneaky fighter. He don't look like much. He don't look like he ain't got much power, but he's a sneaky fighter. He's dangerous all 12 rounds. So regardless who is he fighting, whether it's the boys, Fury, or hopefully in the future he fought Wilder, you got to watch him. You know what I mean? He's kind of like they're not the same fighter, but he's just as dangerous as what's the brother name? The one that Wilder fought twice, whose daughter was sick.
Oh, you talking
Luis
about
Ortiz.
Luis Ortiz?
Yeah. He remind me of Luis Ortiz. You gotta fight Luis Ortiz all 12 rounds. You can't take no breaks. Usyk the same way.
Well,
You know what I mean? So
a straight right hand from Wilder and all of that, bro.
oh yeah, no, it definitely do, but you gotta go all 12 rounds. You know what I mean? Usyk a dog. You know what I mean? He don't look like much, but Usyk a dog. He gonna go all 12 rounds. So, but shout out to Usyk for winning the fight. I don't see how somebody had, I guess somebody had a scorecard for Fury 114, 113. I ain't see it, but it's boxing, whatever. But rematch clause in October. We'll see if Fury gonna do. You know what I mean? Is Fury gonna be 290 this time like he was for Wilder? Is he gonna maybe do some headlock and stuff? I don't know. But I know that Usyk, I know, huh?
Let him finish, JB.
My bad.
No, you good. No, I don't know, bro. We'll see. I think that everybody talks about Fury took a lot out of Wilder. Well, shit, getting knocked down by Wilder 5 times ain't good for your health either.
Heck no.
So I think Fury ain't got much left in the tank. I think Fury is pretty much at the end of his rope. And a guy like Usyk, he's a constant professional. Even though he's 37 or whatnot, he still got good feet. He know how to get out of the way. He know how to box. I mean, the gold medalist. So he know how to fight. So somebody like Usyk, you're going to have to be ready. You're going to have to be in shape. So Fury, even if Fury comes heavier, it's not going to work because Usyk going to be in shape. And you got to fight Usyk all 12 rounds. And Fury was, 266? It's the lightest it's been in a minute. And you see he got the flu flops put on him. So ain't not much Fury going to do to beat Usyk. But hopefully, Wilder beat Big Bang. Wilder beat, Jared Anderson. Hopefully Wilder get one chance at hopefully at undisputed. Maybe, Big Turk has AJ versus Wilder, for the fight for undisputed. We'll see. But either way, congratulations to Usyk.
Congrats.
You know what I mean? He deserved it. You know what I mean? 2-time undisputed, he ain't cut no corners. No drug allegations. You just put in work, and hey, if you saw him in the weigh-in, you can tell he was coming. He was coming to fight. If you saw him when they were in the ring door facing off, he had that Tyson stare. Everywhere Fury went, his eyes followed him. He was ready to go. You know what I mean? So shout out to Usyk.
Yeah, Fury thought it was playing here, and like I told, and I'm gonna let you finish, Coach. Like I was telling my family yesterday when I was watching it, Usyk ain't nothing to play. Usyk is that dude that the Russian mob seeing when you owe them some money. That's who Usyk is. He ain't gonna play with you. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, we think our friend the Gypsy Queen, you gonna go try to get him some wild boar testicles, Try to cycle on and off real quick. That's probably what he's gonna try.
Don't be surprised if that October match get pushed back to December. Remember, this fight supposed to happen in April. Hey, Fury's known to somehow get injured, somehow catch COVID, somehow his dick fell off. I'm just saying. Don't be surprised now.
Oh yeah, I mentioned the double earlier. Yeah. So he might try that again.
Right. And what was I gonna say real quick, brothers? And Tam made a good point. The reason why he's that light is because he can't do the same BS he was doing in the States. He better cut down to a reasonable weight Because if he tried to move around damn near like 300 pounds, Usyk gonna end him faster, and he gonna end up starfish, laid out like a starfish, like Tony Bellew.
Well, hey, at least y'all know he can't snort you today. Um, Usyk made sure of that. But
Sure did.
extra pipe or something for just such an occasion. We don't know.
Yeah, man. But like we've been saying, get off this topic. Of course, I'm gonna ask everybody. Anybody else got any last words regarding this topic? But like the LDBC brothers and sisters have been saying for years, Fury wasn't that guy. He took advantage of a kind-hearted Deontay Wilder and got that belt off of him because he cheated. And now, of course, how we all wanted Deontay Wilder to physically get his retribution. You know, so you reap what you sow comes in a whole bunch of different forms, and this is one of them. Of course, Nagano was a piece of it, and yesterday was the full blown retribution of, sometimes when you're moving dirty out of your life, it's gonna catch up with you. But like I
Yeah,
said, any of the brothers on the panel got any final words about this funnel?
Just to kind of piggyback off with what Big Joe was saying, all this slander that Spence got, that Wilder got, that Devin the Dream Haney got, I want to see some of this same smoke going towards George Kambosos and Tyson Fury. And not only that, let's see Wednesday what people gonna say when Ryan Garcia pop dirty. That's what I want. I want the same energy for those individuals that y'all gave to the brothers. That's what I want. All these banana eating monkeys and these coons and these buffoons. Come on, let's see them come with the same smoke. But since it's black people, that's all they know how to do is talk with other black people.
Nigga courage.
Yeah. Hey, we know how to say no Diddy, but we don't know how to say no Jim Dolan or no Vince McMahon. Stupid stuff.
yeah, no Weinstein.
No Weinstein, no Epstein, no Giddy. You know what I mean? Hey, bro. Hey, so and also, um, I heard an excuse from Fury after the fight. Right? Didn't he say that only reason why he won because of Ukrainian war? That
We
sounds like an
was talking
excuse,
about
don't it?
that. Mm-hmm. It
Well, I
is.
mean,
Oh,
the crazy thing about it is why people didn't ask. Hey, really, you lost at Francis Ngannou, you lost to Otto Wallin. When you got those gift decisions, it was all good then.
hey, but what does the Ukrainian war have to do with your ass getting your ass, knocked around in the ninth round? I mean, 'cause, from what I hear, from what I recall, so what if, Ryan Garcia popped dirty? Devin couldn't get out of the way. I mean, so, what does the war have to do with your ass getting beat in the ninth round? I just want to know. I'm just curious, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. Also,
So,
I'm kind of disappointed. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you good. No, you good, Brother Brent.
You know who I'm most disappointed in is Ariel Hawani. He never hesitates to ask very condescending and sharp-edged questions when people like us lose. But I haven't heard or have seen any clips or sound bites of him asking Tyson Fury, quote unquote, the tough questions after he made those statements. I mean, come on, Ariel Hawani, you supposed to be great at this. Like you're supposed to ask probing questions, quote unquote, when people say questionable things. So where you at?
That's facts. That's facts. You know how it is. They pick and choose when they want to ask the bold questions too. Salute the Mo Boxing. Salute, brother. JB, any last words regarding this topic?
Nah, man, I don't like Fury. I don't like how he was. created. That's the worst thing to do. Is you know what I'm saying? Um, a man get helps you out of a dark time, and you know do him like he did Wilder. I don't have respect for um people like that. There's nothing Christian about that. I'm
And I,
done with this dude.
and there it is.
Hey, don't get to talking about no Christian, because as soon as you say that, I think about Ryan Garcia, that clown right there.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah, no.
that fits into what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing Christian about what Ryan did. I don't care how many times you scream Jesus, Jesus. That was foul. And if you read the Bible like you said you would do, Jesus wouldn't like you cheating another man if y'all, what I'm saying, y'all in a sport where, what I'm saying, you can potentially kill him. Especially when you know you're not that damn good. So I don't mess with dudes like that. So
But no, but I
and
mean,
I'm consistent.
but not
Go
only that,
ahead.
but all the foolishness he said leading up to the fight, everything he said
Facts.
after the fact, that's why
All that.
it pissed me off when you get somebody uh like Deion Sanders with his goofy ass basically saying, "Hey, Jesus did it." I'm like, bro, look, this dude you vouching for. You do realize him and his daddy called Bill and Devin Haney some nappy headed N-words, essentially. He didn't say it, but basically that's what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He
I know
he
what you mean.
he calling all his hypocrites and his haters, people that's basically telling him the truth and going against him. He calling them D riders and D suckers 1 minute, then the next minute he out, but Jesus did it. So man, this dude talk out both sides of his mouth. He left his wife and his child. He buying chicks BBLs. He smashing prostitutes. Man, is this a Christian like individual? So that's what I'm saying,
No.
bro. Hey,
Brother, in the Bible is a verse that says that a prostitute can be had with a loaf of bread. So he's doing God's word, brother. You know what I mean? So,
That's hilarious.
hey, I'm just saying.
hey, I guess he doing God's will by buying all these women of the night BBLs. I guess he's doing God's will by doing that too.
And and all I know is Dion better focus on his season because we supported him with Jackson State. Anybody don't know the history of the Southern Ballers show? We've been fans of Dion and what he was doing.
Yes.
Um, if he don't
Even
get
with
that
some,
team right, we're gonna cook this shit out his ass.
Man, look, bro.
And
Hey,
there's a
I'm at
lot
the
of
point.
stuff we could have said last year that we didn't say, but we trying to stay on code. But a lot of people don't stay on code. So all I know is he better have that football team right. That's
Hey,
all I
man,
know.
F that JB.
oh
As far as I'm concerned, for him rocking with Ryan Garcia, it's F him. You know what I'm saying?
we
F
gonna
him.
we had a little segment talk about one of the players jumping in the portal had something to say. We was lengthy on the topic, which I knew was gonna be about Fury and Usyk, but we gonna get there, folks. Uh, we there now. Throwing shade while jumping in the portal. I put in portal. Jumping in the portal. Is there some truth? So, former Colorado backup quarterback Gavin Cooled, who is no longer with the team, jumped in the portal. Uh, I want to say last week, and he did an interview with one of the content creators who follow Colorado, Deion Sanders, Colorado, and basically he threw shade at Deion and mainly Shador Sanders. So basically, what he was saying was that all the recruits, especially that Deion is bringing, especially for the safety and quarterback position. Notice I said those two positions. The safety and quarterback positions, uh, they're either basically he said Dion's making sure they're not going to outshine his son. And instead of just basically just building to make the team better, in his eyes, he feel like he's just doing it to protect his sons and make his son shine. So what do y'all fellas think on that? And a lot of people, a lot of players have mentioned that. Acquires is kept who've been mentioned this about Dion and uh, in Colorado who jumped in the portal. Uh, you know who I'm going to first, Coach. What you think about it? That
Bro, like I said earlier, you know, there were a lot of things he did, even going back to his J State days. When he was at Jackson State, he did some questionable things. And I'm the type of person, if I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. So we kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt in many instances. Even when he first got to J State, I can't remember the young man's name, but he was like a 4-star quarterback that transferred to J State. He got to J State, Coach Prime, and he basically the kid started that first year. Now his
Jalen
son was
Jones.
his son was an incoming freshman, and he kind of made it clear off the rip, like, hey, his son gonna start. And it was a lot of criticism of him then, right? And I'm not gonna even lie, when his son came to A.W. Mumford Stadium, the first time they played against Southern, truthfully speaking, I was thoroughly unimpressed. And had it not been for the skilled players around him that kind of pulled him out the fire late in the game, as far as I'm concerned, they lose that game. And you know, a couple plays here and there, Southern win that game. So Jackson State went on to win the SWAC championship. Then, of course, the next year, stupid Eric Dooley keeping it a buck. Instead of him playing a quarterback he should have played, he played a quarterback that he had a close personal relationship with. And even last year, if you look at Colorado's play calling, you said this numerous times on the show. JB has said it. Essentially, it seems as if the way everything is structured to make Shador look good, to make Travis Hunter look good, and that's pretty much it. It's like, except for those like three players, his two sons and Travis Hunter, like his adopted son, essentially, because he showed those three players preferential treatment. Everybody else really don't matter. So, since I'm on his ass now, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. He's done. We're going back to his Jackson State days. When he first got to Jackson State, the Lord led me here. The God wants me to be here, and so on and so forth. So, did a couple of years later, the Lord tell you to leave Jackson State and go to Colorado? I mean, I'm just saying. So to me, he's done and said a lot of questionable things. But since he cooning and buffooning like the rest of these clowns, like Tank and Clarissa and Keyshawn, since he a coon like all the rest of them, I'm gonna just call it a spade a spade. He done said and done a lot of questionable things. And to me, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even really know if he really all that concerned about winning. I think he's just using the Colorado job as a platform for his kids and Travis Hunter, as far as I'm concerned.
Damn, boy, Coach
Cold
loves today.
blooded.
You know that old saying, one of them old heads saying, you expose yourself, what you think about me, I'm gonna expose myself what I think about you. Uh Going to you, Big Joe. What you got on this topic?
Oh man, coach didn't cooked everything. Ain't nothing on the barbecue left. Shit, grill is gone. But but hey man, regarding I'll stick to this. Regarding him showing favoritism to his son, honestly, that's what he's supposed to do. You know, it, nepotism is something that we rarely do in our community anyway. This ain't no different than any other coach in high school whose son is a starting quarterback. This ain't no different. That just happens to be on a college stage, and we're talking about Deion Sanders. This ain't really nothing new. This ain't no different than than Peyton Manning going to Tennessee and his followers overlooking everything. This is no different. He's supposed to want his son to win. That's his son. He's coached his son. He's coached his son's high school team. Now he's coaching his son's college team. So we're not gonna act like Shador is a scrub. He ain't no scrub. He's a top 5 pick, top 10 pick easily. So he's gonna put him. He's gonna put him. He's gonna put his son Shiloh, and he's gonna put Travis Hunter in the best position for him to.
You cut out there, Big Joe.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to put his son Shador, Shiloh, and Travis Hunter in best position. Now,
Right.
I will say this: for all the players who transfer in and talking mess as soon as they leave, that's cool, that's great. Y'all have to start wherever you going. Don't be talking shit about they're showing favoritism. Oh, I can't play here, and then go to motherfucking Utah State. Your ass second string. Your ass should be starting the next school you go to. If you're gonna pop off and transfer and say, Dion ain't shit and Shadu ain't shit, your ass better start and contribute right away. You should be all ACC, all whatever you go to. Don't transfer and ride the bench. Cause ain't no different than when the ex then when you break up with your ex. Your ex, as soon as you break up with her, you dick little, you ain't shit, you ain't nobody, you ain't nothing. Then she go on to the next dude and she do the same shit, and they break up with him, and then now his dick ain't shit. So this is what it remind me of. So obviously, we feel a certain way about Dion now because of how his antics and how he's showing who he is. So but as far as the nepotism, that's what he's supposed to do. So now once Shador leaves, we'll see how he handles everybody else from there.
Mm,
But once Shador leaves, he said he gonna stay. He says,
we'll see.
Colorado's his kingdom. They're paying him a whole lot of money. So, we'll see what's gonna happen. But as far as the nepotism, that's what he's supposed to do. And if your
No,
ass is transferring, your ass better start wherever you're going.
no, I'm not gonna lie. No, you 100% accurate. Uh, in the black community, 7A talk about this all the time. Salute to the general. We feel the need to be fair. And F that. If I got a position and my niece or my cousin is qualified for that same position, because I'm gonna be truthful. They had a bunch of head coaching jobs. I know by far I was the best candidate for, and I got passed over because the pigmentation of my skin is too dark. So Joe brings up a valid point, but my issue with the nepotism is the fact that you can't do that to the detriment of your own team. So it's cool that you want Shador to get the shine, but instead of passing the ball 50 times a game, maybe you should pass the ball 35 times a game and not try to get your damn son killed. So my issue with the nepotism is you can't have him throwing so much to where you putting him in danger. So you got to be a smart coach. Instead of you trying to, throw the ball 50 damn times, maybe you should add in a screen, about 5 screens, about 5 shovel passes, about 5 draws, so you could take the heat off his ass with that garbage offensive line you got in front. So that's all I was saying. You can't do it to the detriment of your own team, and that was the reason why I took such issue with the way Coach Dooley handled Southern the past couple of years is because you putting your personal relationship with Bashawn and Benny McCray and the fact that Harold Blood is your frat brother, and that's dumb shit. That's the reason why your ass fired and you no longer at Southern. Now you at Grambling. So you can't do stuff like that to the detriment of your own team.
I'm making y'all making good points, man.
Man, y'all cooking out this mud, bro.
Brent Fox, I'm going to you, brother. What you got on this topic? You good, brother Brent?
How about now? I know I sound like the Verizon man. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good, brother.
Okay. What I was mentioning was, yes, the both points of Coach 67 and Joe Townsend. Um, yes, there's always going to be favoritism, especially if you're in a coaching position and your child is on the team. That dates back to Pee Wee, man. Um, if the coach's son is a quarterback or the running back or whatever, they're going to make sure that they have plays set up to make them look good. Um, it's your job to make sure that they stay looking good or you don't mess up. It's going to be one of the two. Um, but yeah, that the nepotism doesn't surprise me. Um, the Ryan Garcia thing that was very disappointing, but unfortunately, regardless of who your hero is, they're gonna do something to disappoint you all the time. Um, but yeah, to y'all's point, these guys that are jumping in the transfer portal and saying these things about the program, yeah, they better ball out wherever they go. And then also to y'all's point, there has to be improvement now that these standards are actually set. Now he did take a 1-11 team and made them what was it like a 6-win team?
And 8, 4 and 8.
Oh, they were 4-8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, so never mind. I thought they won 6 games. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, they're 4-8. So they have to still improve. They have to at least be like a 6 or 7 win team at this point, or the coaching aspect of it will be viewed upon as unsuccessful. Even if there's not like a sweeping type of progress or whatever, regardless of recruiting, your program has to improve. If your program doesn't improve, then at that point, you may be viewed as overrated and you might be out the door uh, before the season probably ends. I mean, you know how it goes with coaching, especially in big conferences or Power Five conferences. They don't like to be made to look bad. And if you're not putting out uh, improved products year after year, then yeah, you're headed out of the door. So I'm kind of wondering how he's getting his team prepared, like schematically and all of that. I know the recruiting is pretty good, but schematically, I just kind of want to see what he's putting together, and then how that's going to translate into working in that Pac-12 conference. So I guess it's kind of a wait and see for me.
Yeah, we definitely going to have to wait and see. As far as the you that as far as the getting recruits from the transfer portal, he's dominating the transfer portal. But as far as overall in the nation recruiting, he's like he's down there. He's not doing that good at all. Um, but salute to Anthony Bolton. Appreciate you, brother. And salute to J Bar, always supporting Salute family. Thank you, man. I'm going to save the best for last. JB, what you got on this topic?
Some of the brothers, all of the brothers hit some of the topics I wanted to speak about. Town, you know, uh, came in with some fairness, and Coach just set Coach Prime ass to blaze. But and then and Brent, finished it off. But I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna be real with you. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Like Town said, I mean, he's supposed to put his his son's in the best position. However, all I'm waiting for is the first kickoff. The first kickoff, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if like Coach 67 said, are you still putting your sons in home way? Are you still not running the ball? You know what I'm saying? Are you still having your team not being ready for games they should win? Stanford.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see because as much as like the brother said, he did what he did with the Ryan situation. That's separate from how he coaches on the field. I just know that this is the clout chasing generation. You know what I'm saying? The coach from Oregon did say, what I'm saying, they get their likes and views on social media, and then they gonna play on they gonna do their little thing on the field, even though I think it's BS because everybody want a good following on social media, especially if you're going up to school. But we're coming out the prime because we've been giving Prime so many chances. Now it's just his time to do what he says he's gonna do. All right. People forgave you for leaving Jackson State. People forgave you from that 4-8 season. People, a couple of people, people forgave you for the Ryan stuff. Now, what I'm gonna sit your ass to fire. How is the team gonna play? If the team does not play well this year, I'm cooking your ass.
The problem is you.
The problem is you. And maybe you're, saying you can't, there's some coaches that are good high school coaches and good, HBCU coaches or the Division, 3 coaches, Division 2 coaches. I don't know if it's the money. The money got his eyes big. He being too greedy where, you know what they say, like, your eyes too big for your stomach, which your grandmama and them used to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like Shador. I like his play style. He's probably one of the most accurate quarterbacks I've seen. The boy can ball, but his daddy is gonna have to stop BSing, forget all that trying to prove that my son can throw crap, or my son trying to put your son in a position where he putting up numbers. And let's win some games. There was a multiple games last year, and Brent, you're right. They should have won 6 games, but they didn't because they chose not to run the ball. And I seen there was a lot of time in the game. I seen what you're doing because I'm like, me as a former defensive line, I was like, oh, I know he's not going to throw the ball. We rushing. We rushing you. It's a meet to the quarterback. Who gonna break Shador in half? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm gonna judge coach on. Period. The first kickoff.
Hey JB, all right, I got a question for you. So how many games should Colorado win this year to satisfy how you feel about Coach Prime making an improvement? He went he won in high school, he won at Jackson State, so how many wins should he get this year to make you satisfied?
I'm a reasonable man. So he won 4 games last year. And that's an improvement from losing as 1-11 school. All right. So that's why people forgave him. So I would say 6 or 7 wins. Because that schedule, and keep in mind, I don't know how because I haven't looked at their roster, the teams on their schedule, but the names, they got some big names on their schedule of what you read last show or the show before last. There's some big names on there. And like Jared said, North Dakota State, that's not a school that's gonna lay down for you. And I hope he don't think that's gonna be easy. Because North Dakota State school, they're like schools like Appalachian State or schools like that. If you don't play them, you don't know anything about them, they can beat you.
Mm-hmm.
because they're elite of where the conference they come from. So, and you're not, y'all was damn near at the bottom. So, y'all not no powerhouse like that. So, I remember a couple of years ago, Georgia State or somebody beat Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So, or a school like that. So it happens, and North Carolina and North Dakota State can do it.
Yeah, they're like
So I would say six
yeah.
or seven games. 6 or 7 games. If they win 8 or 9 games, I think they're, Coach Prime has done what he was supposed to do. But hey, man, all I know is all I just hear is talking. See what I'm saying? And hopefully, Coach Warren Sapp, got them defensive linemen more aggressive and getting in them gaps. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, D, we just agree with you. He said 6 or 7 wins for Colorado should be an improvement. Um, he said Big Ten. No, I think they're Big 12. I think. Let me make sure. Conference. No, the Pac. Yeah, they're in the Big 12 now. There, fellas. Any final words? Yep, one of the big. Yeah, so that's not going to be easy. Um, it's not going to be easy. And be honest with you, and no disrespect to Big Joe, I know he loved his Pac-12 or Pac-10. Um, but this is a tougher conference in my opinion because the Pac-10 was only, or Pac-12 I should say, was famous for athletes all over the offensive side of the ball. Now back in the day, they could beat anybody, like especially around that 04, 05, the USC's and teams like that.
Some more
They were
Reggie
loaded on
Bush
the
and Matt
defense.
Reinert.
Yeah, they were loaded on the defensive side and offensive side of the ball. But years removed from that, they only became like just dangerous on the offensive side of the ball, and defense was so-so. Uh,
So my question is Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC this season?
I'm not sure, but I can tell you. But the answer JB's question, and Big Joe did go over this last show. First game of this season, North Dakota State. That should be a win, but I'm gonna be eyeballing that game because, like I said, and JB just said, North Dakota State is like the Alabama of the FCS. Uh, so they ain't gonna be scared of Colorado. Nebraska, that should be a win. Colorado State should be a win. Baylor should be a win, but they usually got athletes on the offensive side of the ball. Central Florida, that's up in the air. Kansas State, Arizona, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Utah. I don't think they're beating Utah. Kansas, Oklahoma State.
Well, the only good thing about it is, from what I'm understanding, I think Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC this year, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, you're taking those two heavyweights and putting them in the SEC. It makes the Big 12 a little bit easier, but it's still gonna be a struggle for them, though.
Yeah, Fellas, any last
Oh
remarks
no,
on this?
I'm sorry, bro. It's 2025.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, pretty much for me, I don't have too much to say. I kind of pretty much said everything need to say on this particular topic. You know?
Um, yeah, on this, like, I'll just reiterate, there's there's always gonna be nepotism in sports. It doesn't have to be a coach's son or whatever. Coaches have their favorite players, regardless of what they tell you, regardless of how they wanted to be. Coaches have their favorites, and then when you get into the pros, coaches have their favorites depend upon who they draft. If they draft somebody in the second round, you know what I mean? They're gonna give him every opportunity to play. You can become a six string or a seven string. You can be an undrafted free agent. If you balling over the second round guy, the second round guy is gonna play and your ass gonna get cut because they already invested in him. They put recruiting into him. You know, they did the scouting combine and everything, so they want to see if he gonna pan out. So there's nepotism in sports all the way around. Hell, remember Jerry Jones said Tony Romo is like a son to me. He's like my son. And we know how sorry Tony Romo was. He ain't win shit. Tony Romo would still be playing if he didn't get hurt. You know, so everybody has their favorites. So all across the board, this is just how it is.
I
Well,
I
truthfully
completely
speaking,
agree.
that ain't sport. That's just life in general. You know.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You know, but definitely prevalent in sports, especially when you got money on the line and you got your pride on the line. No coach wants to be wrong about a player. No recruiting scout wants to be wrong about a player, so they're gonna have their favorites.
Facts.
But no, you're right on that because if you making if me and Big Joe both playing in the NFL for the same team, and he making 10 million and I'm making 200,000, hell, even if I am better than him, he gonna start. I mean, that's and I've heard professional athletes both in the NFL and NBA say, because I know Gilbert Arenas, they was talking about on his platform recently how one player was giving another player the business every day in practice, but the other player was making significantly more money. And the coach got to the point where he just told him stop. Like you're never gonna start over this dude. Just stop. Like you proved your point. We don't care. You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
and like I say, just to go back to seven eight's point, as black people, why do we feel we need to be fair? Because I mean, Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, they showed you like you don't need to be fair, and life isn't fair. So no, we don't need to be fair. We don't need to prove anything to nobody. I mean, to me, as long as it's not egregious to the point, like I said, it was with Eric Dooley, and they weren't even his like relatives or anything. But his favoritism, it cost him his job. I mean, don't get me wrong, he still owed another 300 bands, but had he done what he was supposed to do, because I mean, just think about it. Anytime you have people questioning, like, hey, did he intentionally try to sabotage the team? And I'm like, no, I don't think he tried to sabotage the team. He just made multiple stupid decisions. So if it's to that point, then it's problematic. But if I own a company and you got random guy Bob and you got Big Joe, even if random guy Bob is a little bit more qualified, I'm gonna hire my brother, and that's real talk. So he right from that standpoint.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Anthony Boozer as a Cowboys fan, Tony Romo ain't shit. Yeah, yep. But JB and Brent, any last words?
No,
Yeah,
that's all I said. All I had to say.
yeah. Um, First and foremost, thank you, brothers, for having me on, man. I know it's been a minute since I've been on the show, so thank you so much, man, for being so flexible with me. As I'm kind of just trying to do this juggling act.
No
The
problem,
other,
man.
yeah, the other thing is, um, I would really hope that Coach Sanders does actually show some improvement for his sake, um, and that way he can kind of continue on with his coaching career. Because if there's any missteps at this particular point, he is definitely on the hot seat. The other thing, of course, about the Fury and Usyk result, hey, I'm still kind of waiting and seeing if anybody's gonna do anything to just kind of commemorate or make memes or make fun of this particular moment for Tyson Fury because he's put enough material out there to get himself roasted. I'm not seeing it, especially from the usual suspects as Coach 67. And finally, man, um, I am very excited about the LGBT family reunion. I'm going to try to do everything in my power to make it. Um, but yeah, I really enjoy being on here talking with family and talking about the things I love. So thank y'all.
No problem. Thank you, man. No problem, man. Last topic of the day, fellas, and we're gonna wrap it up. Shannon Sharp versus Shaq. So those who don't know or been living under a rock, Shannon Sharp and Shaquille O'Neal got into it over conversations regarding MVP. Uh, as far as the Joker, uh, and Shaq basically told on live TV show told the Joker to his face that he felt like the brother from OKC should have won the MVP.
Shea Gilkis Alexander or SGA.
SGA, thank you. SGA should have won it, and Shannon Sharp on his show basically made some comments that Shaq didn't like. And I'm gonna go to JB first because he has more insight on it, and then of course I'm gonna let the other brothers cook. But JB, what was the insights on this? What happened?
My insight is they both need to go sit their old ass down somewhere. Cause it wasn't that serious. It wasn't nothing. Look, man, Shaq made an opinion about who he thought should have won the MVP. And Shannon basically, had his feedback and it was saying that all Shaq just hate. And
Didn't
I
he call
mean,
him kind of lazy or something like that? Not really.
lazy and stuff like that. And then
He could
Shaq
have been one of the
answered back
all-time
and
greats if he would have hooked some foolishness like that.
let me say something. Shaq was probably the most dominant center I ever seen. I mean, Elijah Wan was good. I'm too young. I wasn't able to see a Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and all those guys. But Shaq was that dude where he was not just big, he was quick, he was fast, he was athletic. There
Especially
was
when he was
nothing.
in Orlando.
Yeah, when he was in Orlando and them early years of the Lakers when him and Kobe was together. There was nothing you really could do with just foul him, hack a Shaq, get him onto the free throw line, and so he can miss free throws. That's the only thing you could do to stop him. But it was his opinion, and Shannon. Shout out to Nightcap and the Shay Shay podcast, Shay Shay Club or Club Shay Shay, however you say it. He had success, and I think sometimes when your success is running your mouth, giving your take on stuff, you're gonna say some things that you shouldn't say, or maybe you should just have another approach. But he said it. He thought that Shaq was jealous and, like you said, lazy, and then Shaq responded. And Shaq responded basically saying, he made a rap song which I thought was over the top. Um,
He made a
and
rap
then
song. He made a rap song. Right?
he made like a rap diss or whatever.
Yeah, he made a diss track about him.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I mean, And then he said he got more money than him, blah blah blah. I just think they both need to go sit their old ass down. So it wasn't even nothing. I mean, the dude gave his opinion. Um, Shannon gave his opinion about, and which I thought was silly because I'm like, I mean, probably, Shaq knows basketball too, even though people make fun of him about his tone of his voice. He knows the game of football, basketball. He knows the game of basketball.
Of course, he
Can he get in his feelings? Is he sensitive? Yes, he is. But at the same time, in this instance, he was just sharing his opinion, and Shannon, I think, took it somewhere where it didn't have to go, and Shaq responded. So,
But you always been kind of critical on Shannon, especially when it comes to his critique Lamar. So that's why you call like you
my
kind of
critique is with Lamar is because one year he said he would take Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert ain't won shit, ain't done shit with a better receiving core with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. So that's my critique of Shannon Sharp. That's what I mean when you just opening your mouth and having your take, and Shannon does something where he don't like to admit he's wrong, and he'll just go off on this tangent. Him and Shaq does it. So they're attacking each other, but they're alike in a similar kind of way when it comes to making points where they were wrong and they don't want to admit they're wrong. So I mean, I'm not surprised they bump heads. They just need to go sit their old ass down somewhere.
right. Okay, JB, thank you for that. Anthony Bolton said, I agree with Shaq's opinion on the MVP, but Shaq has all the smoke for Shannon Sharp, but no smoke for his shady ex-wife, saying that she never loved him. Am I tripping? Damn.
Uh oh.
Dang.
See that? See.
He just called Shaq a big ass simp. Damn.
Y'all go sign up to Brother 78 Sports TV Patreon. He talk about some of y'all simps out here having, y'all not checking y'all women and keeping y'all women alive, but y'all ready to go to war with the brothers and some shit that could be settled if y'all have a conversation. But y'all letting these women in y'all lives running amok and causing chaos, and y'all bow your head down. But I'm gonna be quiet now.
Damn. You know who I gotta go to? Big Joe. What's your take on this, brother?
All right. Let me state this first. I grew up Shaquille O'Neal, my favorite player. I had an Orlando Magic 32 jersey. Blue Chip was one of my favorite movies. I had the Shaq Fu
Mine
video
too.
game. I watched Kazam. I had the Shaquille O'Neal action figures that had the breakaway rim. I had the Shaquille O'Neal hypnosis shoes. Shaq was my favorite player of all time. So when I say all this extra stuff, it ain't coming from nothing. Shaq is my favorite player. So let me say this about Shannon Sharp real quick. Shannon Sharp, 3-time Super Bowl champion, first 4-time first team, second team All Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, 1990s All Decade team, Denver Broncos Ring of Honor, Denver Broncos 50th anniversary team, and he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. So whatever Shannon Sharp say, he can say whatever the fuck he want because he has the credentials of him putting in work. So if he critiques athletes, this man is an actual athlete. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer in his craft. So if some people don't like his critique, no problem. Y'all need to step y'all game up. So I feel like Shaq was in the wrong in this equation because Shaq is known to be a hater.
Mm.
Shaq hated on Dwight Howard. For whatever reason, he hated on Dwight Howard. He used to always shit on JaVale McGee. with the Shaq and the fool type of stuff.
Shaq and the fool, and then when JaVale McGee said Shaq
Always
was
messing
doing
with
that.
Damn, I
JaVale
forgot
McGee.
about that. I
He
forgot
all
about that.
when it comes to any big man, Shaq always talking shit. Always. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't never see Shaq offering the best critique. I always see him talking shit, really. So what Shaq's doing ain't no different than Floyd Mayweather. It really ain't no different. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like again, talking about, oh, I got more money than you, and this, and that, and the third. Yeah, but all your bitches run off too, just like Floyd. All of them. You dig what I'm saying? So everybody knows Shaq is
Damn.
always. Everybody knows Shaq has always been a simp. He always tricking on chicks. He always love hoes. That's who Shaq is. Shaq love hoes, just like Floyd Mayweather. Now,
Damn.
what Shannon Sharp said ain't no different than what Kobe Bryant said. Let's not forget when Kobe was critiquing Shaq. What did Shaq do? Made a diss song about Kobe. Hey Kobe, how's my ass taste? You dig what I'm saying? So
Strong as hell.
What Shaq is doing is not new. This is what he do. You know what I mean? So Kobe said lazy. Shaq himself said that he was lazy. So what Shannon Sharp said ain't no different than what Shaq has regurgitated himself. Shaq never came in shape. Shaq came to training camp to get in shape. You know what I mean? Normally, you're supposed to come to camp in shape when you work on your skill set. Kobe Bryant said, if he had my mentality, he'd be the greatest player of all time. Shannon Sharp came in with the least amount of cachet and maximized his potential. Shaq came in with the most cachet and did not maximize his potential. Yes, is he one of the greatest big men of all time? Yeah, he's one of them. He's the greatest? Probably not. I would say Wilt Chamberlain. Some will say maybe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So it don't matter what Shaq will say. I'm the dominant, most big man of all time. Yeah, yeah, I've seen you play, but you never maximize your potential like the man who critiqued you in Shannon Sharp. So Shannon didn't say anything no different. Now with him telling jokers to his face, I don't think you deserve it. I think that was a shitty move, to be honest. That's something you say behind closed doors. You don't ruin that man's moment because you feel some kind of way. Now, if it was, let's say if Luka Doncic won it, would you would have said the same thing to him? Because Luka Doncic is not a big man. Would you have said the same thing to him? Or is it because that, the Joker got three of them now in 4 years and you only got three? You know what I mean? So Shaq has always been a semi-hater, and the fact that he made a diss song about Shannon Sharp let you know how he really is, because he make a diss song about his ex. You know what I mean? So she making money off of him, with the book and everything. And only thing you could say is, "Oh, I know I was hard to love, and I wish you the best." But Shannon say something that you already been said. Now Shannon Sharp a hoe, and I know about you, and it ain't no different than when we talked about the monkeys earlier. Monkeys is gonna be monkeys. So it don't matter how much you got, how much money you got, or whatever. It don't mean nothing to somebody else who has money too. It don't so matter so Shannon. Okay, let's say Shaq is worth 500 million. Shannon is worth 60 million. They're both still millionaires. What's the fucking difference? Shannon Sharp is more respected in his craft than Shaq is, because everybody knows Shaq was lazy. Shaq worked off a God given ability. Shannon Sharp worked off a God given ability and hard work ethic. We ain't gonna act like Shannon Sharp wasn't in front of all the muscle tech magazines and shit, looking ripped as hell and whatnot. Nobody can ever say Shannon Sharp was a hoe. Some folks say that about Shaq. So
Hmm.
at at the end of the day, you got all the smoke for the brother, but the girl that you laid up with, that you wifed up, who left her man for you, now she done took everything from you and married a preacher. You ain't got no smoke for her, but she done took millions of dollars off of you, made money off of your last name, creating reality TV shows. No smoke for her, but you got all the smoke for a brother who made a segment on his show. And again, like Shannon Sharper says, I didn't praise Shaq a whole bunch of times, but the one time I say something to you, now I'm a hoe, now I'm a bitch ass nigga. So whatever. I got no issue with what Shannon Sharp said. Shaq is who he is, and he gonna hate on all the big men who possibly may surpass him. He may feel like he better than Jokic. Okay, cool. Well, Jokic is gonna pass you. So whatever, nigga.
Damn.
Damn.
I just let him have it. I just dang. Big Joe went in. Anthony Bolton said, I heard Shaq used to pick up women from the bus stop and buy them cars. Simply Hall of Fame.
Dang.
And
Cal brought up some shit I forgot about.
because of
Dang.
Shaq out there with Eddie Murphy. Damn. Man.
Leave Eddie Murphy out of this.
Coach, I'm going to you. What's your topic on this Shannon Sharp versus Shaq?
For those individuals that saw episode 43 of Bayou Sports Talk on my channel, we talked about this topic in depth last Saturday, and we talked about it a little bit yesterday. And just to kind of give you the full context, y'all pretty much addressed it, but really what happened was, for those individuals that watch inside the NBA on TNT, essentially that's what happened. The Joker won his third MVP. And part of the backstory behind this is, for those individuals that don't know, like Steve Nash won 2 MVPs, where somebody like Kobe Bryant only won 1 and Shaq only won 1. Now, it's well documented that Shaq was in his prime, he was a lazy player. And like the brother Big Joe was saying, that essentially he just lived off of God-given talent. But the MVP conversation is where a lot of the genesis of this back and forth between the two of them started. Because, one year is, which player is the best player on the best team with the best record. Then at another point, it's who's the best player in the world. And that's where the lines got blurred and this, that, and the third. So there's no way from a historical standpoint, somebody like Steve Nash, even though Steve Nash was a great player in terms of talent, he's nowhere near in the same stratosphere as Kobe Bryant and Shaq. Now, I know a lot of individuals are going to say, well, the reason why Shaq and Kobe didn't win those MVPs because at a certain point when they was on the same team, they split those votes. And since Steve Nash got more first place votes than Shaq and Kobe, that's the reason why he won those 2 awards. But that's irrelevant from the standpoint of there's no way you could justify Steve Nash having 2 MVPs and Shaq and Kobe only having 1 apiece. And that's where the Joker came in at. He won the MVP. And Shaq was saying that he thought SGA, deserved to be the MVP. And that's where the genesis of this whole conversation started is like, what does the NBA MVP really mean? Because you had years where Michael Jordan was the most dominant player in the world for years, but you're an individual like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley that won MVPs, and Jordan was the best player. But yet, the Denver Nuggets didn't even have the best record this year, even though the Joker was the best player and he won MVP. So is there a racial component to it? Is it who's the best player on the best team? Because, the Boston Celtics were an excellent team this year, and Jason Tatum got no consideration. So that's where it started at. And like Big Joe was saying, they interviewed the Joker, and Shaq made it clear. He didn't throw a rock and hide his hand. He told the Joker to his face, hey, I thought SGA deserved to be the MVP over you, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Shaq gave his honest opinion. And then in response to that, on Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Gilbert Arenas, they had their dialogue. And that was the sentiments of a lot of people. I think Shaq, truthfully speaking, I thought SGA was the best player this year too. I thought he deserved MVP over the Joker. But like Big Joe was saying, a lot of people thought in that moment, he defecated on the Joker's moment. Like, this is my moment. This is my third MVP. Instead of you saying this at a later time, basically you use that as an opportunity to defecate on my moment. And in addition to that, after the finals last year, a lot of people was having this conversation of, who's a better big man in terms of who's the most dominant in their finals MVP. Was it the Joker last year, Shaq, the years he was MVP with the Lakers? And of course, to me, somebody else that was a Shaq fan too, it's a no conversation because even though Joker is a stretch five, he like a point center, he stuffed the stat sheet in terms of triple doubles. Man, if you to put the Joker on the block to defend Shaq, Shaq would destroy the Joker. There's no two ways about it. So I think it was most of a conversation where, Shaq, gave his honest opinion to the Joker, and then in turn, Gilbert Arenas and Shannon Sharp, they say what they said on Nightcap, like, yeah, basically, he was a hater, and he has been known to be lazy, so on and so forth. And like the brothers were saying, Big Joe, his ex, Shawnee O'Neal, she put out a tell-all. I don't say a tell-all book, but she put out a book, and they used one of the excerpts from the book. Basically, she said she don't think she ever really loved him, and she loved the lifestyle he could provide, things of that nature. So when it came to her, like he gave her an infinite amount of grace. He was saying that he wasn't a lovable guy. He didn't go into all his extra matter affairs with, individuals like Corinne Steph and so on and so forth. Basically, he just kind of insinuated that, like, hey, he could understand why she didn't love him. But yet, when it came to Shannon Sharp, he had all the smoke for him. Basically was saying, I'm way more famous than you could ever be. I'm way richer than you will ever be, so on and so forth. And it went from you giving your opinion on this particular topic to where he took it in a completely different place where it was more like a personal attack against Shannon. And then Shannon just came back and with his rebuttal was like, he said, I never said that, if you compare football to basketball, you're a far more dominant player in the realm of basketball than I ever was in the realm of football. But he was like, people could never say I cheated myself. People could never say I cheated the game. People could never say I was lazy. And basically, like what Big Joe was saying, I maximize my talent and my potential. I got every drop of juice I get out of myself from an athletic standpoint. I got every bit of it. Whereas you're the most dominant big man of all time, but you only won one MVP. And you were known for being lazy. He said you admitted out your own mouth that you were lazy. And, so on and so forth. And you try to justify you being lazy in the offseason, talk about how you got beat up during the season, which was an accurate thing. But even with that being said, he was like, you was lazy and you cheated yourself. He was like, and he was right from the standpoint. The same thing Kobe said, if Shaq had a Kobe MJ work ethic, he would be, it's no question about it, he'll be the greatest player of all time. In terms of the best big man of all time, nobody ever says he's the best big man, but he's the most dominant from the standpoint of, in his heyday, Shaq was like a dancing bear. He was, 7'1", over 300 pounds. They changed rules of the game for him. He was that physically dominant. He was that much bigger than everybody. That much
Shaq was Shaq was 7'1", 325 in his prime.
And that's the thing about it. And the crazy thing about it is he was right from the standpoint that they beat him up because he was so much stronger than everybody. When he got the ball on the block, there's nothing you really could do about it. And they fouled him, like JB was saying, the hack and Shaq tactic. But there were many instances where he was getting fouled that the officials didn't call foul. You couldn't call every foul against the opposing defense because all he would do is foul all the other teams' big men out because he was that much physically stronger than everybody, that much bigger, and that much more dominant. So Shannon Sharp was like, man, Shaq, I ain't got no beef with you, bro. This, that, and the third. I love you. I praise you all these other times to no avail. But when I say one thing negative about you or deemed to be negative, just giving my honest opinion, now you coming at me with all this smoke. He was like, I ain't got no beef with Shaq. After the whole incident with Mike Epps, I'm not beefing with no more black men. He said, more power to you, bro. That just was my take on it. And that was the end of it. And Shaq made the diss song. He gave his ex-wife all of this grace, but then he turned around and he made the diss track about Shannon. And then the last thing he said about it, they interviewed him about it, and he was like, he got love for Shannon, but when it comes to his sports take or whatever, of course he's been critical of individuals over the years, like they said, Shaq and the Fool. He's been extremely critical of JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, other big men. But he said when it comes to himself, even though he gave all these hot takes on a lot of other players, he kind of admitted he's hypersensitive. He's not sensitive, he's hypersensitive. So he said when it comes to competition, he takes it personal. So that's the reason why he went at Shannon the way he did. But he was like, he got love for Shannon. And then, they asked him like, hey, are y'all gonna, do something together with the Big Shaq podcast and Club Shay Shay Nightcap? He was like, nah, we never gonna do that probably. But he was like, I got love for him, more power to him. So I'm kind of glad at the end, both of them were saying, hey, we really I don't have no smoke for him. I got love for him. I don't have no smoke. I got love for him. But Shaq did make the diss track. I felt that was extremely excessive. So at the end of the day, I think when it comes down to Shaq just gave his opinion, and Shannon responded. Then Shaq went over the top with it because he's hypersensitive. And then Shannon was like, "Well, I'm never gonna be as rich as you, as famous as you, but can't nobody say I ever cheated the game." And at the end of the day, they basically were saying that, hey, they got love for each other, whatever, whatever. But I think I agree with Shaq's assessment of the MVP race, but I think from a personal standpoint, Shaq is hypersensitive. He should have had the same kind of smoke for Shawnee that he had for Shannon Sharp. And the grace that he gave Shawnee, he should have gave that to Shannon Sharp. So at the end of the day, I'm glad, it's kind of put to rest, but it's sad that, black men come at each other just over sports tape. I mean, just because of my opinion. And I mean, Shannon didn't make a personal attack on Shaq. He just felt like he was hating, and Shaq just kind of went overboard with it. So I agree with his assessment of the SGA Joker situation, but I thought he was hypersensitive the way he handled everything.
Yeah, Shaq is known to be a little sensitive, and he'll go right back at you if he feel like he's being attacked. You seen it, on live TV. When
Charles
him
Barkley.
and Charles Barkley go at it. Yep, yep. Uh, brother Brent, what do you got on this topic? Brent, can you hear me?
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Hold on, that robot came back.
That Roger Troutman.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they were going back and forth to me. Kind of sounds more like Mushmouth from Fat Albert versus Scooby Doo.
Hilarious.
Yeah, these just jokes. They ain't meant to be offensive towards Shaq or Shannon Sharp. I respect them both very highly. Um, but yeah, I just kind of felt like, wow. Um, if someone disagrees with an outtake, not an outtake, but a take on something, then yeah, I kind of get it. But I don't think Shannon put it disrespectfully to the point to where Shaq had to make a whole diss album about it. In the meantime, like, Joe Townsend and JB were saying, and even Coach was saying, Shawnee has wrote a whole book about you. And, there's no, hey, you need to watch what you say about me. And do you know how damaging this is to the kids or anything like that towards Shawnee? And she somehow is keeping her last name, even though she's married to this infamous preacher that is shushing people in the choir. So I don't know. Um, that's just real funny to me. But yeah, I'm glad that they actually, in the end, handled it like the mature men they're supposed to be, and just kind of called it quits.
I agree. I definitely agree. I'm glad they they had their words, and um even though Shaq was stabbing as far as verbally, um didn't he say something to Shannon about like I know how you got to where you were and don't let me expose it or some shit like that, JB?
Yeah, on his Instagram, he wrote a whole letter on his Instagram, basically
Not a
saying,
paragraph, a letter. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, you kind of paraphrased it, you summed it up nicely. He took some shots, and then he kind of escalated and took it a step further with his diss track. He kind of pretty much was saying a lot of the same things. Hey, I'm richer than you ever gonna be. I'm famous, more famous than you ever gonna be. Like Big Joe was saying, if I got 100 million and Big Joe got 15 million, hell, we both still rich. We both still millionaires. So what's the point? Who cares? After you cross a certain threshold, I mean, to me, unless you an extremely greedy individual, I don't think it really matters once you cross a certain threshold.
Facts. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Brent. We about to wrap it up anyway. I really thank you for joining. Before you leave, let everybody know where they can see you, man. Brent, can you hear me? I think he's on his way out. Well, I'm gonna do a shout out for him. So, yeah, ladies and gents, every Thursday, Brent Fox has a channel, um, and has a show called "It's Just Me," where he talks about his Pittsburgh Steelers, boxing, anything related to the latest sports topics. He will give his take on it. So y'all go, and of course, he's an LDBC brother. So y'all go over there and support him, man. Uh, but as for the rest of us, man, we gonna go ahead and wrap it up as well. Um, man, I appreciate every single one of y'all getting on here and chopping it up with me. I appreciate y'all, man. Um, Big Joe, let everybody know where they can beat you and see
Hey man, you can catch me on all LDBC platforms. Supporting the brothers. You can catch me on Jared 11 Green. You can catch me on Coach at the 7th channel. You can catch me at Trill Wheel, 78, Drew Titan, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, BFTB, 503, Queens Ring. You can catch me everywhere where you see the family at.
you.
And
Sir,
again, for all y'all out there, don't get mad at the soldiers. Get mad at the establishment. You dig what I'm saying? You don't. If Shaq, you don't like Joe Gidget getting 3 rings, go holler at Adam Silver. You dig what I'm saying? Don't go holler at Jokic. He just playing. You know what I mean? So go holler at Adam Silver if you don't like how things is going. You dig what I'm saying? So hey man, hey, y'all be easy.
you dig? Seriously. And Coach, Mr. Southern Jaguar himself, let everybody know where they can meet you and see you.
You can catch me at Coach 67 Sports TV on all social media platforms. However, you can catch me primarily here on YouTube at Coach 67 Sports TV. Yesterday was episode 44 of Bayou Sports Talk with myself and my sister. We talked about some of these topics that we addressing, for the exception of Fury, we either addressed in last week's show, episode 43, yesterday's show on episode 44. So go come over to my channel, check me out. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate my brother Jerry Loving Green, Big Joe, JB, the entire LDBC 7-8, the whole family. Hopefully we get to press flesh and meet y'all at the LDBC meet and greet. But peace and blessings to all of y'all. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal evening. Catch y'all on the rebound.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My bad. I forgot to shout out my brother, Main Event Mark, in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Always supporting. This is another one always supporting the LDBC brothers. I appreciate you. And JB, man, I appreciate you, man, for helping me, and behind closed doors. Appreciate you. Any last words, my brother?
Man, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good rest of the weekend and a good work week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, y'all, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like and subscribe, share, get my likes up. But other than that, I want y'all to have a blessed rest of your Sunday. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Y'all have a blessed day.